March 2024. A software engineer at Google opens his laptop. Same morning routine. Coffee, Slack, email. Then he sees it. A calendar invite from someone he's never met. Subject line: role transition discussion. 30 minutes. No agenda. No context. He clicks into the meeting. A stranger from HR is already there. His manager won't make eye contact. 14 minutes later, he doesn't work at Google anymore. No warning. No performance issues. No explanation beyond strategic realignment. 12,000 people got the same meeting that month. Almost none of them saw it coming. But here's what nobody told them. The signs were there. For months. They just didn't know what to look for. I've spent 6 months tracking how companies actually execute AI layoffs. Not the press releases. Not the earnings calls. The internal patterns. The language they use. The timeline they follow. And I found something disturbing. There's a playbook. The same moves. The same words. The same sequence. Company after company after company. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This is how companies hide AI layoffs, and how to know if you're next. It starts with something you barely notice. The hiring freeze. That role your team's been trying to fill for 6 months? Suddenly it's on hold. The intern program gets restructured. Contract renewals get pushed to next quarter. Nobody announces this. There's no memo. Your manager might not even know. But somewhere, a spreadsheet exists. It has your department's name on it. It has headcount projections. And the numbers are going down, not up. Intel did this for almost a year. Quietly. No announcements. Just fewer job postings. Fewer new faces. Fewer replaced departures. Then they cut 33,000 people. Here's the tell. When your company stops hiring but keeps talking about growth, something doesn't add up. That gap between words and actions, that's your first warning. Phase 2 is the experiment. A new AI tool shows up. Not company-wide, just your team. Maybe 2 or 3 teams. Leadership calls it a pilot program. They tell you it's optional. They tell you it's just a test. They tell you your feedback matters. Your feedback doesn't matter. What matters is the data they're collecting. How many tasks can the AI handle? How fast? What's the error rate? Can it do 60% of your job? 70? 80? This isn't about helping you work smarter. It's a proof of concept. They're building the business case to replace you, while you train the system that will do it. Klarna did exactly this. They called it a partnership with OpenAI. They collected data for months. The CEO bragged about it publicly. Then they stopped hiring humans. Completely. For over a year. 22% of their workforce, gone through attrition alone. The pilot program is never about making your job easier. It's about proving your job is unnecessary. Phase 3 is where it gets serious. The reorg. Suddenly there's a reorganization. Reporting structures change. Teams get merged. Your title might shift. Your responsibilities definitely will. The word efficiency starts appearing everywhere. In town halls. In Slack messages. In your performance review. But here's what's actually happening. They're consolidating. 4 teams become 2. 10 roles become 6. The people who survive get handed the work of the people who don't. Same salary. Sometimes less. I talked to a marketing director. I'll call her Rachel. She survived 3 rounds of layoffs at her company. Each time she absorbed another person's job. First it was content strategy. Then analytics. Then part of the design team's work. She told me something that stuck with me. I kept thinking I was lucky. I still had a job. Then I realized I was doing the work of 4 people for the salary of 1. They didn't keep me because I was valuable. They kept me because I was cheaper than hiring replacements. That's the reorg. It's not about improving structure. It's about extracting more labor from fewer people. while AI handles the rest. Phase 4 is the exit. But it won't look like a layoff. It'll look like a voluntary separation package, an early retirement opportunity, a career transition program. The severance will be decent, maybe even generous. But there's always a catch. You have to sign something, usually a non-disclosure agreement, sometimes a non-disparagement clause, always a release of claims. They're paying you to leave quietly, to not talk about why you're really leaving, to not connect the dots publicly. This is why the data is so hard to find. Thousands of people get pushed out. Almost none of them can talk about it. When Meta cut 11,000 people, most signed agreements that prevented them from discussing specifics. Same with Salesforce. Same with Amazon. Same with virtually every major tech company. The silence is manufactured, and it's working. So how do you know if this is happening to you? There are 6 signals. If you're seeing 3 or more, start paying attention. 1. Hiring freeze in your department while the company claims it's growing. 2. AI tools being tested on your team specifically. 3. Reorgs that consolidate roles or change reporting structures without clear explanation. 4. New performance metrics that feel disconnected from your actual job. 5. Colleagues leaving and not being replaced. 6. Leadership language shifting to words like efficiency, optimization, alignment. Any one of these could be normal business. But 3 or more in sequence? That's the playbook. That's not coincidence. That's strategy. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You can't stop a company from automating your role. That decision happens in rooms you'll never enter, on spreadsheets you'll never see. But you can stop being surprised by it. The people who survive these transitions aren't the ones who work harder at their current job. They're the ones who saw it coming, who built skills the AI can't replicate, who treated their career like a company treats its strategy, with data, with planning, with contingencies. Look, companies don't announce automation. They announce layoffs after the automation is complete. Your company has already run the numbers. They know exactly which roles are vulnerable. They're just waiting for the right quarter to act. The question isn't whether AI is coming for jobs. It already is. The question is, which jobs can it actually take? I analyzed 150,000 AI-related layoffs to find the 10 careers AI physically cannot automate. Not because of hype, because of 4 specific qualities no algorithm can replicate. That full breakdown is right here.